Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to get into my weekly check-in and just kind of see where the numbers are, see where I overspent, see where I underspent, and did I stay within the budget for the week. So that is what I'm doing today, and we're going to go ahead and dive right in. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So weekly check-in, week 1, first week of July. I hope you guys had an amazing 4th of July weekend, safe 4th of July weekend, and the first full week of July. We had a really good time. We are fortunate enough that we live near a city park that has fireworks and we can actually see them from our backyard. And I just love that kind of family atmosphere and things. So yeah, it was really awesome to see that. Weekly check-in, we're going to check in our 4 categories: grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline. And then I have it unbudgeted for anything unbudgeted that I didn't plan on spending that doesn't fit with miscellaneous because of the randomness of it and the amount. And it usually has to be over $100. So that's what I use for unbudgeted. I don't plan to spend any, but I do want to track it, but it is not included in these numbers. So, yeah, there's some areas I am over budget and there's some areas I am under budget. So that is good. And let's go ahead and check out the numbers. I do keep everything on my calendar and transaction logs. I don't know if you have ever seen my weekly check-ins. I normally just show the calendar part, but here is the calendar for July. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I started on the 1st because I wanted to include it with that money that came in on the 1st. That always comes in on the 1st for us. We have military retirement, VA disability, sometimes VA education, and then my son gets SSI and he pays us rent. So that's income all for the first day of the month, and that's where I usually start my new calendar month. It works out pretty well for us, yeah, that's just how I budget now. So categories, I highlight in pink the grocery, household, blue is restaurants, miscellaneous is green, gasoline is this orange color, and then unbudgeted is yellow. And basically I changed up my colors just a little bit because I got a new highlighter system and I think it works really well. These were less than $6 at Walmart, and these are the mild line, I don't know why I said midline, mild liner creative marker. It's got a fine tip, it's got a chisel tip, and for soft mild colors. They look a little bright to me in neon, but yeah, they look pastel on here, but it didn't matter. As long as I can see them well enough on my expense stickers, I was good. So that's what I'm using and where the color code came from, and it works for me. So I'm gonna put that away in my little pencil pouch. And we're going to total things up. So I'm going to speed the process just a little bit today because I've already written out all my things, and we're just going to do check marks and check off what I've already written on this sticky note I got from Erin Condren. I like to total everything up on the calendar and then go to my weekly check-in page and then do the numbers over there. So I'm not flipping back and forth. So grocery, household, I have here with Food Line is $19.51. That was on the 1st. Typically when I do a weekly check-in, it's from a Friday to a Thursday, but it was just adding one day and that was not a problem for us. The next one I have that is pink is this Harris Teeter. I'm going to check them off on both sides since they both have check boxes. So that was $11.64. That's $11.64. Food Lion for $7.41. $7.41 there. And then Walmart, I have $102. And I did a bigger grocery run here. And then HelloFresh, which is a subscription box. The food is delivered to me every Saturday, but the payment comes out every Tuesday. So $64.28 is the total. So both of these got taken care of. Now I can remember all my check marks. The one thing I do forget when I do these is to do the check marks. So maybe this will be a better way of doing it. I don't know. We'll see. So $204.84 is the total of my grocery household when you add all of these together. And that works. So far, I'm in budget. Restaurants, let's just say my husband came home. And what happens when my husband comes home? He likes to go pick up lunches. He likes to go out to eat. And yeah, that's a thing. So Friday night pizza night, we watched Loki and have pizza, which has been fun. Let's see, there and there. It was $43.47 for the family. Cookout was $7.11. Got milkshakes and stuff that night. And then over here, $24.16 was Chick-fil-A. So we had Chick-fil-A for dinner. Fireworks for us was on the 3rd from City Park. We can see it from our backyard, like I said earlier. And yeah, we just bought dinner and enjoyed fireworks. And it was really cool. $33.88. Peking, that was Chinese. My husband and I didn't want Chinese, but my sons wanted Chick-fil-A, and then we got our drinks from Chick-fil-A too. So that's what that was. And we paid a tip with our Chinese. So there we go. Sunday was Why Not? Let's see, that was $64.48. And then, oh, forgot to check. Already forgot to check. See, I'm really not in the habit of it. That's the problem. All right, now I'm back. Arby's for $20.49. Everything's gone up in price. This used to be $19.71 and now it's $20.49. I'm like, that is a huge jump. So I definitely have noticed that. Taco Bell was the last one. My husband indulged me and got Taco Bell with me the other day, and that works. So the total for all of the restaurants was $212.07, and I already know that is over budget. So that is our one over budget, I think. So we'll have to check and see if I went over. No, I think miscellaneous is also over budget, so we'll see. First we got, I got Faith Gateway. So this is a Bible study I'll be doing in the fall. It's a online study, and it's with Lisa Tierkos, Forgiving What You Cannot Forget. And I've read the book, and I just want to get into a community that is going through some of the same things I'm going through. And part of it is forgiving what I can't forget. And you don't even have to go through severe trauma to want to get through something like that. But I've had some difficult times in my life, and I want help getting through that and coming out the other side happier. And that is the point of that study. So 32:13. With it, I not only the Bible study book, I got the DVD set, so I can go back and watch it later too. But there's also online where you watch the videos and chat with other people, and kind of like a Lifeway online Bible studies too. I really love that. So Home Depot is $71.94, and that was, what did we get? We got bug spray, mosquito spray for the yard, so that we could, not be eaten up on the 4th of July while we're sitting out there waiting for fireworks. I really needed that. So we had that, and then I placed an order with Erin Condren. This is what put me over. I bought, what did I buy? Star Wars collection stuff, this drawer organizer thing, and just a bunch of accessories. I have this new A5 rings, bookmark thing that I really loved, and just some odds and ends stuff. So that's what I got there. I'll probably show that stuff to you guys later. Gas. So we have one gas transaction, and that was $35.80 or $28. And check that off. My husband filled the Jeep up. He'll probably have to fill it again this week or next week. And then I'm budgeted for $110. So our Hopewell, there was 2 cards attached to this counseling service company. One was a default and one was a backup. So I had my husband change the default from his debit card because I wanted to go on the credit card and then pay it at the end of the month, so we can just freely go and see the counselor as frequently as we needed, as individuals and as a couple. And that was kind of crazy that it was taking it out of the debit, and I really needed it on the credit card. So he went and changed that. So hopefully I won't have any more unbudgeted like that. So miscellaneous was $159.32, and then gas and unbudgeted were one off. So that was those totals. So let's take these totals over and put them on the weekly page. So spent grocery household 204.84. Restaurants, 212.07. Miscellaneous, 159.32. And then gas was 35.28 unbudgeted. I don't add this with the total, but I do make a note of it that I did use the buffer of our checking account. And that's where the unbudgeted comes from. That's the buffer of our checking account that we leave the money in there, and that's where it is. So now we're going to come up with our new balances for everything. So I need to total this budget column because I did not do that, but I'm going to total this up, and we are going to have out of these 4 categories, the total of what I could have spent for any 4 of these. If I wanted to just do one spending category, that's what this would look like. But I like breaking it up even further into how I naturally spend. So 300 plus 162.50 plus 137.50 plus 62.50. And the reason these are 50s is because I divided it by 4 weeks. And I took my total budget and divided by 4. So the total is $662.50. There we go, $662.50. Let's see how much I spent for the entire week. And this is an 8-day week, not a traditional 7-day week. So this may be a little higher because of that. 204.84 plus 212.07 plus 159.32 plus 35.28, and that is $611.51. So I am, I'll redo that in a minute. I am below what I planned for the entire week to spend, but in specific categories, restaurants and miscellaneous, I have gone over. The groceries and the gasoline have helped compensate for the overages, and so I should be in a positive number when I am done. So let's go ahead and figure out going across let's see, clear, okay. 300 minus 204.84, that left $95.16. All right, 162.50 minus 212.07. All right, my red pen I do need right now, and that is negative 49.57. And I'm gonna pop this page out real quick because the rings are aggravating me, which is why I use a disk system for my budget and not a ring or a, what do you call it, spiral. Coiled, that's what it's called, coiled notebook or anything like that. So I'm gonna put this off to the side. All right, negative 49.57, and then I'm gonna clear that out. So I have 137.50 minus the 159.32, that was over 21.82, and then gasoline. Need a blue pen for that, so 62.50 minus 35.28. All right, so that gives me 27.22. And as you can see, this is more than this, so that would compensate for that, and this is more than that, so that would compensate for that. So that's why I'm still under budget for the entire week when you combine all the categories together, except for the unbudgeted. So you only combine the 4 categories. Unbudgeted, that's just my buffer under my checking account, and it's a place to track it and see make sure I'm not misbehaving, I guess you could say. I'm spending money. So let's total these up. I'll start with the positive numbers, 95.16 plus the 27.22 minus the 49.57 minus the 21.82. Okay, so I'm gonna put $50.99. I'm gonna add that, is that right? I think so. Plus the 611.51, and I get the 62.50. So all the numbers going this way and this way work. Check and check. I'm very happy with that. We still have $50 left over. This will be rolling over to the next week in their respective categories. But because the categories I do want to stay within a certain budget, I do have to lower what I plan to spend for week 2 and figure out what I have available. Now with week 2 and week 3, it's actually our paycheck 2 budget. So this cash for these 2 weeks are already going to be in the bank account tomorrow. I just like to divide the weeks up and try to slow down any spending if necessary. And it looks like I will with the miscellaneous and the restaurants. I don't know how well I will slow down, but hopefully we will slow down. But up here, week 1, the budget was for paycheck 1 only. So paycheck 1 is week 1, paycheck 2 is week 2 and week 3. And then week 4 is going to be paycheck 3. And that's how we will end our week. And you can see I'm only going to go to the 29th because I think the 1st falls on a Monday or a weekend. And I think it falls on Sunday for August, which means my husband will get his money early. And just for the weekly check-ins, that's how I'll budget for the spending categories. And that works out well for us when I do it that way. Because once the money hits the bank and I go ahead and use it, it's just easier to track that way. So that is my weekly check-in. Let's go ahead and get this back in the notebook and close out the video. So I will show you how I set up these numbers. Oh, I do have to do the math though. I will show you where I get my numbers from as far as the budget goes, and then we will go ahead and figure out how much we need. So here we have my notes side. I put spending habits. I think I might have taken this out for August and just put notes right there. But what I do is I take how much I want for the month spent. Let me see if I can get this further on the screen. There we go. And so this month I want no more than $1,200 to go to the grocery household, no more than $650 for restaurants, $550 for miscellaneous, and $250 for gasoline. And then I reminded myself July 30th and 31st is part of August 1st pay. So that will be counted on those days. That way I can close out my weekly check-in on the Thursdays going into Friday, and it works well for me. So these are the numbers, and then I just divide these by 4 and then by the week. And that's where I get my numbers for. So week 2 has the same numbers as week 1, but I'm going to have to reduce these 2 and I'm going to add to these 2 to compensate for the shortages and overages from the previous week. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I have $300 budgeted for these budget is the same as this budget. So $300 is what I planned for week 2. Plus I still have $95.16. I'm going to roll that over to this week. So that's $395.16. Then I'm going to have a negative here. So I normally would give myself $162.50, but I have to take out the $49.57 that I went over, and that leaves $112.93. So that's what I'm going to put right here. And hopefully I don't have a lot of restaurants that we need to go over. I probably will. We'll see with my husband home. We just got to adjust things a little bit. And remember, the money for week 2 and week 3 will be in the bank account. So I may go over this week, but I may keep it reined in here. So we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out. So I plan to budget $137.50 for miscellaneous, but I have to take out $21.82. It's like borrowing from the next week in the budget, and that is $115.68. So I'm gonna write that there. There we go. And then gasoline, I had money left over, so I give myself $62.50 a week between our Jeep and our Armada. One is a smaller tank than the other, but luckily we do alternate when we get gas. So I'm going to add the $27.22 from the previous week. That gives us $89.72 for week 2. I'm not planning anything for unbudgeted. I like putting parentheses around it because I know I'm not going to count it. So now I can go back and total what we need here for the budget. So 89.72 plus the 115.68 plus the 112.93 plus the 395.16, and that gives us $713.49. So that should be enough overall. All four of those categories combined should be enough for us for the week. Will I still go over in categories? Yeah, restaurant miscellaneous is going to be struggle. But the groceries are fine and the gasoline should be fine. And the prices are going up. Not sure what's going on in the world to make them go up other than summer, but they are going up. So yeah, hopefully that'll cover everything. If not, we do have plenty in the budget. We do have plenty in savings. If we had an emergency, we still can cover everything, but I hope to keep everything right in to these numbers alone. So that is what we have here. So that is the weekly check-in. I'm going to zoom out and close this video and I'll be right back. Okay, that is it, guys. We have our weekly check-in set up for week 2. We've closed out week 1. We still had $50.99 left over from the previous week. And all four, combined with all 4 spending categories, I am over budget in 2. And I foresee us being over budget in one of the 2 or both going forward. Just how things happen in the summer. There are changes coming up, and I may miss some videos towards the end of the month because there is traveling coming up. We plan to visit family. Not saying when or what time yet. We're still narrowing all that down, but yeah, we do plan to do some traveling, which is kind of exciting, and visiting people. A little nerve-wracking, but it is what it is. So this is the world we live in now, and this is during the time of the pandemic, so that's what it is. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have an amazing and blessed day. I will see you guys next time. Bye.